Good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's game and our senior night celebration. Thank you for joining us and for your support all season. We encourage everyone in attendance to visit our BR Boys Soccer fundraising table, where we're raffling off scratch ticket and candy baskets. Winners will be announced at the half. Before we announce our seniors, we would like to thank our coaching staff, head coach Gus Lopes, and assistant coaches Noel Morera, Max Ahern, and Ed Meany for their dedication to our players. We appreciate your time, investment, and commitment to our boys and the program. We would also like to thank George Reiser, Mark Vasconcelos, Kathy Bridges, and Vanessa Hunt for all the fantastic pictures of our favorite players. Additional thanks to Barrett's Ale House, Cape Cod Cafe, Emmett's Pub and Pizza, Roach Brothers, and Bridgewater Youth Soccer, who have each made donations to the team. Thank you to Bridgewater TV for televising tonight's game, Dan Trayer for commentating, everyone who donated to our fundraisers, the parents and families of our boys, and all the fans who show up to support them. Words cannot express our gratitude. It takes a village, and we're so glad you're part of ours. We hope you join us after the game for food and refreshments in celebration of our seniors. At this time, we would like to kick things off by recognizing the Apponequet seniors. Please step forward, gentlemen. Apponequet seniors? Woo! Let's have a round of applause for the Lakers as we wish them bright futures and the best of luck in all things after graduation. And now it's time to honor our Bridgewater-Raynham's 10 senior players. We're so very proud of each of you and know you're off to great things. Remember to enjoy every moment of your senior year as you get ready to live your best lives with the brightest futures. All right, and now let's all give it up for number 12, Julian Pierville. He's going to be escorted by his parents, Miriam and Deirdre, and his brother, Oliver. I think we're going to the net. No. Okay, everybody please clap for number 16, Colin Trayer, escorted by his parents Julie and Dan and his brother Nate. Next, we have number 18, Aiden Meadis, escorted by his parents Candy and Jason and sister Layla. All right, next we have number 20, Eric Arena, escorted by his mom Natalie and brother Jaden. Eric's dad is currently serving in the military and is unable to be with us tonight, but we send our prayers. All right, everybody, let's have some more clapping for number 21, Gustavo Costa Paz, escorted by his parents Renata Nelson and his sister Emily. Next up, we have goalie Nick Toy, escorted by his mom Teresa, stepdad Bob, and brother Matthew. More cheers for goalie Sean Lasivita, escorted by his parents Kim and Brian and brother Kyle. More cheers for number 3, Captain Aiden Cullinane, escorted by his parents Marcy and Sean, and surprise guest, Sister Julia. All right, let's hear it for number 4, Captain Cole Bridges, escorted by his parents John and Kathy and sister Shane. Oh, and last but certainly not least, we have number 9, Captain Kyle Perez McGee, escorted by his parents Janie and Jesse and brothers Nathan and Jason. Here she comes. It's going to be tough. Sing it out. Okay, everybody, would you all please rise for the national anthem, sung by Julia Cullinane.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our is still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? The land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good evening and welcome to Bridgewater-Raynham Regional High School as the BR Trojans boys soccer team celebrates senior night, and they welcome the Apponequet Lakers here to the regional. John Luck along with Dan Trayer, and a very unique situation here. Dan, actually one of the senior parents that was down on the field, so I can ask you firsthand kind of the emotions going into a senior night for really any family of a senior player.
Yeah, it's pretty bittersweet, especially you know, your son's career coming to a close here this season as he graduates high school. I am fortunate, however, to have another player on the team, a younger brother, so I'll be a part of the BR soccer family for the next couple of years as well. So. But this is a great group of kids, and happy to be out here celebrating all they've done for the program for the last 4 years, and hopefully they can get a win and take another step towards that MIAA tournament. And
we were actually talking before the senior night activities here. This is a very successful season for BR already, coming in at 500 to qualify for the postseason. You have to have at least a 500 record, but really for the last 5 or 6 years, this was a team that had 0 wins or 1 win. So 5 right off the bat. That's definitely very good for a team that's certainly on the upswing.
Yeah, absolutely. The kids are super excited. They've done a really good job this year. They've been playing together mostly for the last 3 years. It's been pretty much the same team. So it's great to see them have some success this year. And like I said, potentially get a bid in the tournament really to pay off all the hard work they've done the last couple of years.
That's number 10, Ryan Abreu for Apponequet, trying to clear it out, but BR keeping it in the offensive third. We're just over a minute into this contest here, and actually a rematch from a match that took place this past weekend. And you were telling me things kind of got a little bit chippy between these two squads.
Yeah, last Saturday down in Lakeville, the teams played to a hard-fought 1-1 tie, and at the end of that game, there was some activity in the penalty box, and there was a red card on the Bridgewater end, and they actually called the game a couple of minutes early to kind of settle things down. So I don't think either side was excited about losing a few minutes and a chance to get a win, but we'll see what happens tonight. Hopefully the teams have settled down, and both teams are actually looking forward to trying to get into the postseason. So hopefully cooler heads will prevail tonight.
Apponequet coming into this match here 3-6-7, so every win really important here in every match as we wind down the regular season. It looks like this is number 3, Aiden Colonnane, one of the seniors, one of the 10 seniors for the BR Trojans. Going to throw it in. And the header from number 12, Julian Pierreville, off the side of the net. Definitely a sigh of relief for the Lakers here in the early going.
Yeah, so one of the things I love about senior night is the tradition of starting all the seniors tonight. Even the ones that may not have played a whole heck of a lot this season, but give them a chance to get recognized and get some time out on the field. So hopefully they can hold it off. And oh, we got a goal early.
Abreu, a beautiful serve to number 3, Gary Carrier the third. Puts the first score on the board for Apponequet. And, I mean, I was seeing on the side, Carrier really hit that gas pedal to try and beat his man and get a nice clean shot.
Yeah, just as I was saying, it was nice to see all the seniors get out there. It looks like Coach Lopes is going to put the regulars back in and try to settle this game down after the early goal. This is second straight game for BR giving up a goal in the first 3 minutes. They're coming off a game on Thursday night down at Dartmouth in which they surrendered goals in the first 3 minutes of both halves en route to a 6-3 loss.
Obviously still plenty of time here in the first half, just under 37.5 minutes to go. And BR down 1-0 after that goal from Carrier the third for the Lakers. Barrera lost that one. Here's Moriarty kicking it back for Frias. Calling in, keeping it in.
So one of the things that's plagued BR, I think, this season is they've given up those early goals, and really it's tough to continue to play from behind. So hopefully they can level it up pretty quickly. They did that the other night in Dartmouth, but unfortunately Dartmouth was just a little too strong.
To the far side go the Lakers. Tavares trying to control it, and that's going to go off the side as they were trying to get a corner kick off the side of the net, but
looks like the ref is going to award a corner here. I believe it went off number 2, Nate Trayer, on that shot.
And as a parent of a player, I'd imagine you can kind of sense the excitement from your two sons when we're getting into the postseason chase here and knowing that there is something to play for in these last 3 or 4 matches.
Yeah, and in looking ahead at that schedule, and there's some winnable games on there. A couple of the teams that they're playing coming up, they've already played this season and defeated. So, yeah, there's some excitement in our household for sure as they try to get a couple of wins in these last 4 games.
Header by Thomas Smith didn't go in, and nice chase given there by a player for Apponequet and Bridgewater-Raynham. In net is Sean Lasivita, one of the 2 senior goalkeepers for BR. I feel like that's pretty unique having 2 senior goalkeepers. Typically you see a sophomore, maybe a freshman kind of learning, but definitely a big part of the success here this season.
Yeah, Sean's been great in the net this season. He's done a really, really nice job. They do have a future goalkeeper, I believe, who's been out all season with a knee injury, and Nate Testa from Raynham. So they do have some plans for going forward. But yeah, you're right. To lose 2 senior goalkeepers is a big loss. That
was initially kicked out by Abreu. A couple seconds ago, we saw Banks Beckwith kind of pull the chair out from the Apponequet player.
Banks has had a really nice season. He's leading the team in goals. I believe he's somewhere around 10 or so. So he's had a nice job putting the ball in the back of the net. Very dangerous left foot.
Kyle Perez-McGee having his legs tangled up there and loses possession as Apponequet trying to clear out of a triangle defense. Yeah, Kyle had a memorable game on Thursday night to cap his senior season, getting a hat trick down in Dartmouth. So he's been playing in a new position just the last couple of games, getting up front, a chance to put the ball in the back of the net. So it was good to see him pay the coach's plans off last Thursday. To the far side for Chris Martins, and Martins loses it, but it stays BR possession. Nice job by Roderick trying to step into that pass. And simply kicked out by number 13, Logan Frias for Apponequet, but BR trying to work their way close to the box, but Apponequet just having some good defense there, simply getting in between those passes. Yeah, Bridgewater doing a nice job not letting Apponequet get the ball out of their zone, really keeping the pressure on. Now let's see if they can get numbers in the box here. Cullinane's got a big throw, so this will give him an opportunity. Hopefully Coach Slope's got some numbers in there. Nice throw by Cullinane, intended for number 9, McGee, but just a little too tall of a pass, but still stays with BR. Turnover there for BR. Would have liked to see him go longer into the box again and get an opportunity. Very impressive to see soccer players just continuing to have that endurance for, in this case with high school, 80 minutes. Seeing them chase after on defense for 80 minutes, really good. Especially on offense, stepping on the pedal, forcing their way into the box.
Yeah, these kids spend a lot of time in the off season on conditioning, so definitely impressed as well. I got one in my house that usually plays 80 minutes, so it's it can certainly go longer than I can.
Kick to Roderick. Now over to Riconi Ferreira. And Ferreira by one man. And Roderick doing a good job trying to keep things in the offensive third, but Apponequet trying their hardest to work their way back out.
That initial goal might be big for Apponequet, seeing as they're having a lot of trouble crossing the midfield line right now.
Gary Carrier the third with the lone tally so far, coming 2.5 minutes into this match.
And again, another turnover. Bridgewater doing a great job with this with the pressure. Nothing to show for shots, and that one's just a bit high and wide. If they keep this up, the opportunities will come, but let's see if they can sustain this pressure.
So it looks like a single 0 in net. We actually have 2 zeros on the roster here. Joshua Snyder or James Cook. This is Nolan Welch trying to get a breather here for Apponequet, as most of this possession has been on the BR offensive side, except for that lone tally.
Nolan Welch actually grew up in Bridgewater, played soccer growing up with a lot of the kids on this roster. Now obviously playing for Apponequet.
Brayu loses it thanks to Cole Bridges. Just a little too quick of a pass for Beckwith, loses out of bounds. Still a half hour to go here in this first half. At the very least, you're hoping that you're starting to wear down Apponequet a little bit by making them play on their heels here in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'd like to see them get a few more shots on net. I think we've only had really one attempt that went high and wide and really haven't tested that goalie out. But you're right. You're hoping this continuous pressure wears them down and Bridgewater can sneak one by and equal this game right up.
Rollout still stays with the Lakers.
As someone who played all through college, I can tell you this does wear a team down where you're constantly under pressure. You can't get the ball out of your own zone. And sooner or later, someone is going to make a costly mistake. So it's up to Bridgewater to keep this up and really try to force the issue here, force the pace, and try to tie the game up.
As number 3, Cullinane got wrapped up with number 10 for Apponequet, Ryan Abreu. And getting back to that point, that's where a player like Roderick can come in to be crucial here, simply cutting off passes, keeping things in that offensive end.
Yep.
Bounces off the foot of Beckwith. Over number 5, Aiden Allen. Kicked away by Jason McGrath. And that's going to be headed out by number 13, Frias.
Yeah, I'd like to see Bridgewater try to get some possession here. They're doing a great job winning the ball, but they don't seem to be able to maintain possession, string some passes together, and there we go, another turnover.
That could have been costly there. Good thing Trayer was there. And you mentioned you played soccer, so these two squads are facing off for the second time in a week. Is there anything a team can take away from the first matchup that maybe can be used against them in the second go-around?
Yeah, most certainly, right? I think in a game that was pretty evenly matched last week, you certainly come into the game with confidence that you can play and compete. And I think both teams came into this game and thinking it was a winnable contest. And I think that does a lot for confidence. And obviously, Apponequet getting a goal in the first 3 minutes just kind of further gives them more and more confidence. But, yeah, without a doubt, seeing a team for the second time is certainly beneficial. You get a feel for the players. You get a feel for the way the team plays. Yeah, it's definitely a worthwhile exercise to review that film and take away the key points from the game.
It is worth stating again that for Apponequet, if they want to make the playoffs here, and you need that 500 record, they have to win out, including tonight. So a loss would essentially end their season. They still have a couple matches to go here, but they need 3 wins in the last 3 matches, including tonight.
Yeah, so even a tie does them really no good. So, yeah, a lot of pressure. Most of the pressure on Apponequet. Bridgewater's got 4 games left and need a couple of wins. And like I said, they've got a couple of games against teams that they played earlier this season and defeated already, so they'll have confidence that they can win those games. But it'd be nice to at least get a tie out of this one, if not a win, and really take a little bit of the pressure off. You don't want to keep going into, the last 3 games needing 2 wins, or the last 2 games needing 2 wins. So if they can get one here, that'll go a long way to kind of relieving some of that pressure.
So now Apponequet trying to apply the pressure. That one's going to be kicked by number 7, Jensen, but rolls out.
Yeah, that could have been a real backbreaker for Bridgewater. They've, as we said, kind of dominated the play so far, keeping Apponequet in their own zone, and for Apponequet to come down and potentially get a second goal, that really could have taken some of the air out of Bridgewater. "15 minutes in, I think Bridgewater's got to be pretty happy with how they're playing despite being down a goal.
As you mentioned, that was kind of one of those, I guess you could say, fluky goals where you had the senior night lineup going in there. So as players who, maybe wouldn't be used to playing with each other, opening things up.
Yeah, that's unfortunately the fear you run into. You want to obviously recognize your seniors for their contributions to the program. And you're really hoping that they can go out and play well. And unfortunately, Bridgewater gave up a goal, and hopefully it doesn't cost them, if they can come back and the regular starters can get a couple of goals here.
Bounces off the foot of Chris Martins. We get our first sub of the match here for Apponequet. And also it looks like one's about to come in for Bridgewater-Raynham.
Yeah, it's going to be Kevin Weaver, who's going to come in and probably play on one of the outside wing positions.
Welch work his way in the box, has that kicked away and defended off by BR. Go along the far side, Bridgewater-Raynham looking to tie things up. That's going to roll out along the side.
So here comes Kevin. Kevin's a player that can really put some pressure on the defense. He's very good with the ball at his feet, very quick, very much a dangerous attacking player. So being down a goal, just exactly the type of player that Bridgewater needs at this moment.
Colony going to throw it in. Looking for the header. That's going to go just to the right of the net.
And that's exactly why you want to have someone that can throw the ball up. That makes a throw-in almost like a corner kick there when you can advance the ball that far into the box, and it really makes a throw-in a real scoring chance. That's why I didn't really like the idea of the short throw earlier, because you're essentially taking away a scoring threat. And there, Weaver, again, gets taken down.
Pushed down by Carrier. Just under 23 minutes remaining here in this first half. This is a really important kick coming up here. Still with 22 minutes to go, but in what almost feels like playoff game for both of these squads here when you talk about that 500 rule. Every goal matters, and for Bridgewater-Raynham to tie things up would be really important here.
With Roderick over the ball, I'm expecting this to be a cross in towards that 6-yard box or the penalty spot. Oh, good header.
You called it. Picture perfect.
Yeah, the right-footed player from there with that angle is almost always going to be a cross into the box. They did have Cole Bridges up there, the left-footed player, which could signal a shot, but with Will over the ball, you're expecting just kind of a little cross into the box to try to put some pressure on the defense. Great job by Anthony Pierce getting up there, but again, Bridgewater just can't seem to hit the net.
Kept in by Traer. And Cullinane keeping the pressure going. Apponequet really playing physical here in the first half. One man to beat for Perez McGee, and kicks that away. You can definitely feel the pressure mounting up by this BR offense, and really giving the Apponequet goaltender here something to work against.
Seems like Apponequet's success so far has come with the longer balls out of the back. When they try to play short, that's when they seem to be having trouble, and Bridgewater's able to keep it in. Looks like Bridgewater made another sub and brought sophomore Kevin Marrera in, who's a very quick player on the outside.
Weaver trying to apply the pressure there, but Weaver was kind of in the middle of no man's land inside the box, but really holding his own. Another strong throw in. That does find Jensen. Rowan Jensen going across, but cut off by BR.
Dangerous ball in front. Great job getting your body between the ball and the shooter there to block that chance, but a very dangerous chance for Apponequet.
And that pass by Nolan Welch goes out right at the flag.
And again, there was a long throw creating a dangerous chance. It got past McGrath in the back, and Apponequet just couldn't get a shot off on net, but a dangerous opportunity nonetheless.
Welch back to Brennan. Going inside with 3 BR defenders there. And that's going to be kicked away by Traer.
Yeah, you don't mind that clearance. Kind of relieve the pressure on the defense, reset, ball back out to midfield.
Aiden Allen with the throw-in. Tavares trying to go inside. Gets knocked away. Going to the near side for Weaver. Weaver with a quick feet.
Yeah, there was a lot of room from early to cut it inside, and he elected to take it back outside, which may not have been the right move given where the defenders were lined up. Would have liked to seen him take that more to the middle, but...
Roderick's kick right into the breadbasket of the goaltender, or the goalkeeper, with 18.5 left to go in the opening half here at the Regional. Bridgewater-Raynham's head coach, Gus Lopes, coaching his squad to a .500 record coming into this match here. And we talked about it before we kicked things off, that this is a real turnaround for this Bridgewater-Raynham squad. And I was here for one of the practices, and you could kind of tell that there was something brewing here in terms of success for this team, just from the drills they were simply doing on the field.
Yeah, I think a lot of that has to do with the cohesiveness of the kids. A lot of these kids train together and play together throughout the winter, so really paying off from this season. They definitely changed up the schedule a little bit. Some new teams on the schedule this year, which helped. And they got off to a fast start. I mean, I think they won 3 of their first 4 games or 3 of the first 5. And yeah, I think that gives the team a lot of confidence, especially like you said earlier, coming off, 2 years ago they won 0 games. Last year they won 1 and tied 2 or tied 3. So to get 3 wins right out of the gate is huge for the squad.
Tavares, impressive speed, getting through a couple of defenders there, but has it knocked away.
Yeah, Apponequet's been dangerous when they've been able to get it out of their zone. I mean, I know we've talked about them having trouble, but when they do get it down on the Bridgewater end, they've had actually better opportunities than Bridgewater so far.
And a lone scorer going to throw this in right into the hands of Sean Lasivita.
Sean's done a great job with those type of balls this year. Very aggressive on balls coming down into the penalty box or crosses. It's exactly what you need out of a goalkeeper. You can't be hesitant in there, and he's done a really great job.
Weaver between a couple of defenders, and that's going to be knocked away. Roderick across, but had that knocked away for the moment. BR still applying pressure here.
Yeah, just another opportunity of them getting the ball in the box and unable to get a shot on target. Oh, smart play there going back to Lasivita rather than surrender the throw-in. They've done a really nice job this year with possession of the ball as well, something that, again, I think comes with playing with the same players for 2 and 3 years. Not something we've seen in the last couple of years. A lot of the last couple of years where it's the other team in our defensive end and really putting pressure on our defense. This year, we're possessing the ball a little bit more, and obviously that helps everybody. Takes a lot of pressure off the goalkeeper, a lot of pressure off the back line.
A couple subs coming in here, one for each side. Carrier checking out for Apponequet, and it looks like, I believe that might be number 11. Martin's coming out for Bridgewater-Raynham.
Yeah, Martin's off, and Williams Zazafran, I believe, for a freshman, coming on to play on the left wing. He's a recent call-up. I believe this is his 3rd or 4th game with the varsity, so definitely a player they'll be looking to replace some of these seniors we're going to be losing.
Cole Bridges kicking it away. And strong kicks at the very least just clears out and buys some time.
Yeah, down that right wing, like I said, they brought in the sophomore Morera, who's got great speed, so sending that ball down the line puts a lot of pressure on the outside backs, giving Kevin speed. He's also great at finishing, so a little bit of a plan behind that, just kind of a long clearance.
Looks like this is going to be Roderick perhaps kicking it away.
Yeah, given the angle, I'm expecting another cross here. Probably looking back post to Cullinan, who scored on a header off a corner kick on Saturday against Apponequet, so they could be looking to repeat that. Oh, went with the shot, went short side.
These free kicks from Roderick really giving Apponequet some tests here in this first half.
Yeah, I thought the Apponequet goalie thought the same thing I did, that there was going to be a cross coming in. I think he was a little caught off guard by a shot by Roderick.
Nice footwork again by Weaver. Getting back to Roderick's free kick there, I mean, sometimes in soccer you see a lot of people moving around, but, someone like Roderick in the strong kicks, simply you just have to kick it as hard as you can and hope for the best, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think he was ideally looking near side there. from that angle, it's real tough to get a ball to that back post with a shot. A lot easier for a cross. So I think he had that as a plan going near side. And oftentimes goalies think you're going more toward the far side given the amount of space there is. So I think that's how or why the goalie was caught a little off guard.
I believe that was Pierce who was tripped up after bouncing the ball off his head, I think 3 or 4 times coming down the field. Clock ticking down, inside of 12 minutes to go here in the first half. Still 1-0 Apponequet. Back for Weaver. A lot of speed here from the Lakers, especially when the ball gets close to Lasivita. As that gets kicked out.
It seems like that's their attacking plan, is to kind of play the kick and run long ball and trying to use that speed up top. After that initial goal, Bridgewater's done a really nice job kind of stopping that, but still trailing 1-0.
Looks like Carey the third and Jensen checking back in for the Lakers.
Again, Bridgewater turns him over in the Apponequet end.
McGrath giving chase for Bridgewater-Raynham, but taken away by number 10, Abreu. Lasivita kicks it off.
Oh, another turnover for Bridgewater.
Bounces off the leg of McGrath, who gets away at the last second. Again, you're watching senior night soccer here for Bridgewater-Raynham's boys soccer team. We'll have the girls soccer team coming up in the next couple weeks. Their senior night is coming up next Wednesday night. Over to Welch. And Allen's there to pick things up for Apponequet.
Again, another costly turnover that Apponequet dodges. Bridgewater had a real opportunity there. The pass just didn't get through. You have to figure that one of these times that Bridgewater's going to break through. They haven't been able to do it yet, but Apponequet is definitely living dangerously back there.
And you got that sense in the first half of this first half when I believe all the possession time was really for Bridgewater-Raynham's offense.
Yeah, it was just turnover after turnover by Apponequet, and Bridgewater just couldn't get a real golden opportunity. They had the ball really from the 30-yard line to the top of the 18, but really nothing on net.
Booming kick from Apponequet's goalkeeper. A little bit of keep away here along the far side. That's Bridges keeping it in for the Trojans.
That's a dangerous ball there, just bouncing on the top of the 18. Defender lucky to win that one, but
Roderick there slow things down for the moment. Weaver along the near side, bounces off a Laker.
Just didn't get enough on that. And right there, you saw glimpses of how dangerous Weaver can be with the ball at his feet. And another turnover. Cullinane. I'm not sure how many times Bridgewater's turned him over by the 18-yard box, but it's been probably 15 or 20 times at this point.
It feels like you could see the respect Apponequet was giving number 7, Kevin Weaver there, throwing 2 defenders on Weaver for most of that possession and daring him to shoot, but simply passing it back to Roderick, giving BR some better scoring opportunities.
Yeah, definitely. And that's, again, getting back to talking about, playing a team for the second time. So they've definitely seen Kevin with the ball at his feet from last Saturday's game. You kind of know his tendencies a little bit. You know he's very shifty, so you want to give a player like that some respect and a little bit of space, or he'll go right by you.
Approaching 6 minutes remaining in this first half, still 1-0 Apponequet. After an early score. Kicked away at the very last second from Trayer. That didn't get knocked away. I think that would have been a goal there for Rowan Jensen easily.
Yeah, he would have been in on goal, one-on-one, which would be an absolute nightmare for goalies. So great job by Nate coming through the ball and clearing it out. Oh, great job by Bridges running through the ball, preventing that shot from getting off. A lot of times you see a player shy away from that type of contact, but great job by Cole staying right on top of it and not letting the shot get off.
Not sure if we have some subs coming in here for Apponequet or not. Looked like there were 2 players trying to check in.
Yeah, you got to be up by the midfield spot as at the time the substitution's called. So if you're not up there, they typically don't let you in, and looks like they're not going to get a chance to have that sub. Bridgewater going to get another chance for a long throwing in as we wind down this first half. I mean, I don't think they can be upset with the way they've played, but obviously being down a goal is disappointing. And looks like we're going to get a timeout here maybe to set up something for this long throw.
So 4:45 left to go here in the first half, 1-0 Apponequet. And we've seen on the throw-ins a couple of nice opportunities off the initial throw-in by Cullinane. So if you are Coach Lopes here, what are you trying to draw up here for the throw-in?
Yeah, well, so you have Cullinane who's going to do the long throw. Like I said, you treat it like a corner kick. You want to get some movement in the box to try to confuse the defense and spring somebody open. The worst thing they could do is be stationary in the box. It's a lot easier to mark somebody that's not moving around. So treat it like a corner. Set up a play where you've got guys running to both the near post and back post, and hopefully someone gets free and the ball finds them. Beautiful night here at the regional. It feels actually like fall. So I have to ask you, as a soccer player, we get set for halftime coming up in about 5 minutes from now. There's going to be that rest period of 10 minutes. And in terms of trying to keep warm, how important is it to at least keep those legs moving? Because I'd imagine that second half, the first few minutes, could be a slog. Yeah, I mean, Bridgewater doesn't do a lot of substituting. They probably keep the rest roster at about 15 guys. So you're right. You don't want a lot of guys kind of sitting around. It's only 10 minutes. I think the adrenaline's going to be high, given, like you said earlier, this is kind of like a must-win game, a playoff-type atmosphere. I'm sure they're going to want to get back on the field if it's still a 1-0 game, or even if they're able to punch one in here late. I think that adrenaline's going to be there. I think they'll be all right. So, again, for Apponequet, if they want to make the postseason, they have to win out. Meanwhile, for Bridgewater-Raynham, they are 500 right now, so a draw wouldn't hurt them, but it would certainly make the rest of the schedule must win. Yeah, it certainly looks that way. I mean, this is a game that they can't let slip away. This is, as we said, a winnable game. And here's a shot in front. It looked like Weaver tried to put his right foot on it instead of going with the left, and it was blocked easily by Apponequet. But then that's what we talked about, the long throw, and that just kind of bounces in the box. It's very dangerous and tough to defend.
How about the slide from Morera during the mad dash, keeping things in BR territory?
Yeah, you'd like to see players giving all they have to kind of help the team win. Great job by Kevin there.
Here's Weaver to the near side with a kick into the hands of the goalkeeper.
Another dangerous cross. They're just not getting the numbers in there. That ball kind of just floated into the 6, and really Bridgewater had only one attacker in play at that time.
And you definitely have to give the Lakers goalkeeper credit here, because this could easily be a 3-1 match here entering the half, and it's 1-0 Apponequet.
Well, that ball's going to find him, man. Let's see. Oh, bouncing ball.
Kicking it inside. Saved by Lasivin at the last moment, just in front of the net.
Wow, great job there by Sean. Can't underestimate how big of a save that is in the last couple of minutes. A second goal there just before halftime would have been an absolute disaster for Bridgewater. Great job by Sean coming out, made himself a big target, and the Apponequet attacker hit him square in the chest with a great job by Sean.
Weaver has that knocked away by Brennan. Inside of 3 to go. Kept alive by McGrath.
Yeah, you keep seeing it. Apponequet doesn't want to play the short ball. They're looking to spring their attackers with long balls.
And it'll be Lakers possession as we go inside 2.5 to go. Weaver has that pass caught up by McGee, and
looks like he won a corner there. Yeah, going last 2 minutes here, first corner of the match for Bridgewater.
Looks like this will be Cole Bridges.
You really want to see Bridgewater create some chaos in the box. Like I said, they want to see those guys at the top of the 18 making runs to the near post, far post. Oh, dangerous ball.
Poked away by the goalkeeper at the last second. Along the line, oh, almost kicked in. Nice slide by Pierce.
Great job by the freshman Sazafran to keep that ball in. Took it to the end line, and a very dangerous cross along the goal line that, again, just couldn't find a Bridgewater attacker. Seems to be a theme here. We've had a lot of chances, but just nobody on the end of the passes. Or shots going a little wide.
Kick back for Roderick. And Morera trying to get by his man. And gets shoved down by Abreu.
Could be the last good chance for Bridgewater here to tie this game up in the first half. I think they're not going to be unhappy with how they played. I'm sure they'll be disappointed they gave up a goal in the first 3 minutes. But I think they'll be a little bit frustrated given the amount of times Apponequet gave the ball away deep in their own zone and they came away with nothing. So
looks like this is Aiden Cullinane that may get the free kick.
Yeah, fully expecting Cullinane to let one rip here. Dead on front of the net. Extremely powerful shot, so I'm fully expecting him to try to put one on net here and at the very least generate a rebound for one of his teammates. You got to figure if there was going to be a chip into the box, Cullinane wouldn't be taking it, given he's their biggest player and biggest target. So I'm fully expecting him to try to rip one here.
Cullinane, strong kick, bounces off of the three Apponequet defenders.
Yeah, last kick of the half there, right into the wall.
And so it's a 1-0 halftime advantage for Apponequet, thanks to Gary Carrier III, just 2.5 minutes in. And we'll have second half action coming up here at the Regional in just a minute here on BTV.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Coach Lopes can tell the players here. They put the pressure on Apponequet, turned the ball over on them a bunch of times, and I guess the message is get the ball on net. That's really about all that Bridgewater didn't do in that first half. Really, Apponequet had a couple of counter attacks, one resulting in the goal, but other than that, Bridgewater had the majority of the play in the first half.
Lone score came from Gary Carrier III, 2.5 minutes in.
So I'll say a big key for Bridgewater here coming out of the half. The last three halves they've played, as I mentioned earlier, have given up a goal in the first 3 minutes, so they really can't afford to start slow here. They can't afford giving up another early goal. Dartmouth was able to put a goal by in the first 2 minutes of the first half, and same thing in the second half, and unfortunately that happened to Bridgewater again here.
Here's Tavares kicking it ahead, and Lasivita gets some early work here in the second half, gets a save off the foot of Rowan Jensen.
And a great job by Sean there, smothering that. No chance for a rebound.
I had to go back to the end of that first half there when Lasivita really had a 1-0 coming his way and diving on the ball even though it passed him at the last second.
That might have been the most important play for Bridgewater in that first half.
Going across but no one home. I believe that's Moreira on the far side keeping it alive for Bridgewater-Raynham. Going across. Third effort doesn't go in, and BR still trying to keep the pressure here on offense.
Great job by Bridges getting back there. Bridgewater be very happy to concede that throw in there because Apponequet, Rowan Jensen looked like he was in on goal. But again, moments ago, Bridgewater with another golden opportunity inside the 6-yard box and still cannot get a ball on the frame. So as this second half moves on, I got to expect the frustrations to continue to mount if this keeps up the way it's gone for Bridgewater so far.
That initial shot right by the head of Jensen, and Lasivita picking things up to slow it down. Here, a couple minutes in, and you go back to the first half, I don't think Lasivita faced any pressure for at least the first 25, maybe 30 minutes of that half.
Yeah.
Already here he's facing 3 shots.
Yeah, again, like I said, Bridgewater for some reason has been snake bit by the first few minutes of each half. I'm not sure what it is. It seems to take them a little while to settle in. And unfortunately, the last couple of games, it's really cost them.
Bridges with a big boot. That's going to be kicked away by Brennan.
I'll be interested to see how Coach Lopes plays this second half. I mean, obviously it's early. It's a 1-goal game. I don't think he's going to change anything up yet. But as the second half kind of gets further and further along, if it's still a 1-0 game, I don't know if he changes formations, different personnel. But it'll be interesting to see how he plays it, given how important the result is here.
Whereas McGee for Roderick. Roderick lets it fly. The heading attempt there from Piers almost knotted this thing up at 1, and I see out of the right side of my head, and I see hands up in the air. It was that close.
I mean, that was right there. Pierce had a chance, and it looked like potentially Beckwith had a chance to get on the end of it as well. And again, I think that's really the story of the game. Bridgewater has been right there and just unable to get one past. Nice job by Lasivita there, being patient on that.
Bridges for Piers. Back to Cullinane.
It seems that Bridgewater's finding some success getting the ball deep down the side and then going with the cross.
Have a couple men to beat, but that's going to be kicked away by number 24 for Apponequet, Nolan Welch. But how about the job Banks Beckwith did just getting it inside that 6, or near the 6.
Yeah, here comes another long throw for Cullinane. It does look like Lopes has got more numbers up than normal, so maybe sensing the importance of tying this game up. And that's off. That's going to be a corner.
I can see number 11, Chris Martin's holding back 2 or 3 Apponequet players, keeping that with BR.
Yeah, that's good awareness there by Chris. I mean, obviously, your first instinct is to try to play that ball, but knowing that it's going out off Apponequet, the corner is the much more dangerous play.
Roderick, that one knocked away by the goalkeeper. Kept back in by Trayer.
Oh, just bouncing around there, and Apponequet again lucky to clear that ball away.
We don't have the live stats keeping that some colleges do, but I'd imagine when you're talking about scoring opportunities, BR has to be approaching double digits with some of the nice looks they've had.
Yeah, without a doubt. That's a bad ball there, bad giveaway. But if I'm Lopes, like I said, I think the play is to continue to funnel the ball down the sidelines and then look for crosses. Apponequet really seems to be having a trouble with defending those crosses, so that would probably be the way I would attack this second half.
And Lasivita sliding and kicking that away at the last second. That would have been pure disaster right there.
Yeah, that's a tough play for the goalkeeper, right? It's in the box. You're unsure whether or not you should try to pick it up or play with your feet. Sean did the right thing in clearing that. I think I mentioned it earlier in the first half, but it's been something I've been very impressed with Sean this season. He's been very aggressive out of the box, coming out and getting the ball.
Bit of a hip check there. Good footwork by Abreu. Kicks that one in and knocked away by Lasivita.
Yeah, nice save by Sean at that near post. Again, it's the counterattacks by Apponequet. That's where they've generated their offense, is winning the ball in the midfield and sending longer balls into the attacking end. That's where they've been most dangerous. Very important for Bridgewater to defend this corner. Given the way that it's gone to this point, a second goal for Apponequet could be a backbreaker.
Rowan Jensen off the corner.
Great job by Cullinane there with defending. And now Bridgewater with a little counter on their own.
Beckwith right off that initial corner just hit the gas and flew down the field. Trying to apply pressure to Apponequet here. Just over 32 minutes remaining. Here's a kick off the goalkeeper's fingertips.
Great shot by Beckwith from the top of the box. About time Bridgewater's able to get a shot on the target to really put a test on the goalkeeper. Nice job by the goalkeeper to come up and get low and push that one to the side.
Corner kick coming up here with Roderick again. And we've seen Roderick with some nice kicks initially that created some scoring opportunities. Roderick. Header doesn't go in and knocked away at the last second. Players were looking for a call, but it's going to remain with Bridgewater-Raynham.
Yeah, most people think the contact with the goalie is instantly a foul, but that was really a 50-50 ball. The goalkeeper going for it. Chris Martins did a nice job of going straight up for the header and kept that play alive, winning a second corner.
Roderick over everyone's head.
Oh,
kept alive. McGrath giving chase.
A couple of Bridgewater players appealing for a handball there, but to no avail.
And you were talking during halftime, that was a little bit of frustration in the last match against Dartmouth when it comes to handball.
Yeah, unfortunately Bridgewater was on the wrong end of a handball call that resulted in a penalty kick for Dartmouth. It was a one-goal game at the time, really changed the complexion of the second half, and unfortunately that was kind of the undoing for Bridgewater. That penalty kick really kind of sealed the win for Dartmouth.
And Trayer kicks back to Lasivita.
Yeah, that was a dangerous one there by Nate. Really putting Sean to the test. That looked like a foul on Apponequet. Yeah, hands getting up a little high. Oh.
Well, I could see number 7 there, Rowan Jensen, kind of flinging one of the players to the turf, and then another player kind of saying, "What are you doing?" And he's getting a warning from the official.
Yeah, you don't want to see the tempers flare up again like they did last time. Obviously, it cost both teams the last couple of minutes of the game, so hopefully that's just an isolated incident.
And again, if you're just tuning in, Bridgewater-Raynham coming into this match with a 500 record, and that's the minimum you need to make the postseason. Meanwhile, Apponequet with a 3-6 record, and they would have to win out, including tonight, to even have a shot at the postseason. So as you've heard mentioned a couple times, this is essentially a playoff match.
Oh, good win and a good ball by Cullinane there, but unfortunately Ferreira couldn't keep it in.
I believe that's Morera on the far side. And kicked away by Brennan.
Bridgewater elected to go with the short throw this time. And that's why I'm just not a fan of that short throw in there. You get the ball into the box and create an opportunity. Unfortunately, they went short, and it cost them a chance to get a scoring opportunity.
Pierce to the near side. Beckwith near the corner by his man. Riccone Ferreira trying to keep up here. Ferreira along the end line has that knocked away.
Now the corner for Bridgewater. These chances, they keep mounting, but a goal by Bridgewater changes the whole complexity of this game.
Cole Bridges with the corner kick.
That's a great ball to the back post.
Second effort that goes to the left of the net. Looks like it was almost headed away by Bridgewater-Raynham. It was Chris Martins. It looked like it went off the right side of his head, so it went back out.
Yeah, just not right in the right position there, and unfortunately couldn't get connect on the center of the ball. But again, if I'm Bridgewater-Raynham, I'm continuing to flood the penalty area with crosses and passes. It does seem like Apponequet struggled a little bit defending those.
Again, Trojans applying pressure, and this was pretty much what we saw in the first 20 or 25 minutes of the match here in the first half. Really keeping their foot on the pedal, putting Apponequet's goalkeeper to work. Yeah,
one thing I think looks a little bit different. I do think Bridgewater's getting the ball into the 18 a little bit more this half so far. Whereas in the first half, I think they spent the majority of the time between probably the 30-yard line of the football field and the 18-yard box of the soccer field. So I do think they're generating some better chances this half, but again, they just can't seem to find one. A good combination there by Roderick and Cullinane.
Roderick for Piers. Pierce through 3 defenders. Beckwith going across. Nobody home, though.
Yeah, Beckwith, great job. He's got a good left-footed attacker, able to turn the corner on the defender, and unfortunately just nobody in the box there to kind of connect. But here we go. Bridgewater keeps putting balls into the 18 and just unable to connect on it.
Still 1-0, approaching 26 minutes to go, and I'd imagine for Gus Lopes, if this result holds here and if it does end 1-0, I'd imagine the next couple of days of practice are going to be very frustrating for both the coaching staff and the players.
Yeah, and they don't play again till next Thursday. They're off till next Thursday. So this one, unfortunately, if it holds, will definitely sting, because we talked about it. This was a game. I think both teams came in with the sense that they could win this game, and the way it's played so far, I mean, if I was Apponequet and they win 1-0, I think they're going to be pretty happy to get out of here with a 1-0 win. I do think Bridgewater's been a little bit better of the two teams so far, and I think Bridgewater will be thoroughly disappointed that they played pretty well and are on the wrong end so far. But a lot of soccer to play.
Kept alive by Beckwith near the corner, going inside over the head of Perez McGee. Roderick with a second effort that doesn't go. And we've seen the last, I want to say 2 or 3 possessions, them near the corner going across the net. It looks like they're trying to get something going here. It looks like they're maybe seeing something Apponequet's showing them.
Yeah, I think Apponequet's really struggled to defend those crosses and balls into the box, and it wears on defenders. Just repeatedly having the ball kicked into your end, it puts a lot of pressure on the defenders. So I would expect Bridgewater to continue to do it, continue to work the ball down the sidelines and try to funnel it to the front of the net. Looks like they brought Weaver back in for Beckwith.
Trayer in a foot race with number 24, Nolan Welch, kicked away.
Good help defense by McGrath there.
Perez McGee with a little bit of a bump. Bounces off the head of Aiden Allen as BR trying to work their way down the field.
They should look for a switch all the way across to Martins or Weaver, and there it comes.
Weaver all alone, probably had about 20 yards by himself. Weaver again going across, and
yeah, just a bit too far. I would have liked to see Weaver take it more towards the touchline and look for a cross there. Again, they know he's right-footed, so the defender was shielding him back towards the middle, and Kevin went that way. But I would have liked to see him attack towards that end line like Beckwith did. It's obviously easier for Beckwith being left-footed, but
looks like a full moon starting to make its way through the trees here at the regional. Make of that what you will.
Job by Bridges there.
Weaver along the near side, trying to find a corner. High kick as Ferreira trying to chase that down, keep it alive for the Trojans, looking to finally get past the goalkeeper. Open look, off the goalkeeper's hand, knocked away at the last second.
Oh, I thought that was the opportunity there. Martins brought it down nicely and had a chance.
Martins and the goalkeeper, you could see they made eye contact.
I think that was their best chance of the night right there. I mean, Martins is inside the 6 with a chance, and unbelievable job by the goalkeeper just to get a hand on it. I think everybody in the stadium thought that was going to be 1-1 at that point.
Nice throw in there from the fan. I believe that's the family member of Julian Pierville.
Well, maybe they can give Cullinane a rest. He's been tossing the long throw-ins in all night, so.
Looks like it's going to be Cole Bridges with the throw-in.
Yeah, substitution again for Bridgewater. Kevin Morera back in on the outside for Iconi Ferreira.
Coming up on 21 minutes remaining here in the second half. Still 1-0 Apponequet. Back to a goal just 2.5 minutes in.
I get the sense that Bridgewater's that frustration is starting to build. But they got plenty of time here. 20 minutes, 22 minutes is a lot of time.
You were talking about the cohesiveness of this team. There's 10 seniors, so these kids have been playing with each other, probably going back to youth soccer in the Dome. So as you get that pressure building, does that cohesiveness really work to benefit a team like Bridgewater-Raynham, who haven't been able to find the back of that net?
Yeah, I mean, I think it does. I mean, I think you know where your strengths are with your players. So I think you don't change anything, right? You can't press more. You might be able to change formations and get more numbers forward, but you just keep doing what you're doing. You're dominating the game. You're getting chances. You're just not finishing. It'd be a different story if if you're getting dominated, the ball's in your end the entire time, you're not getting chances. So I think you've seen Bridgewater get more chances actually on the net this half than they did the first, so I would continue to operate the way they've been doing.
Too strong of a kick there, and very wisely knocked away by Lasivita. As number 7, Rowan Jensen, was given pace down the stretch, and again, that would have been an easy scoring opportunity if Lasivita wasn't there to kick it away.
Yeah, very important communication between the center back there and Lasivita, with Nate going back towards the goal and Sean coming out. It's really on Sean to kind of own that communication and let Nate know what's going to happen. It's kind of like a center fielder or an outfielder in baseball coming in and the infielder going out. So communication's important. Without it, you're probably giving up a goal.
Martin's along the near side. And the goalkeeper there to keep things for Apponequet. But how about number 7 there, Kevin Weaver, the junior, just keeping everyone on their toes. The goalkeeper didn't know whether Jensen was going to go ahead and, go wide left or something.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Martins play the ball closer to Kevin's feet. Obviously, he's much better with the ball on his feet than he is kind of running onto it. So I think a missed opportunity there for Bridgewater, and there's another unforced error. And I tell you, that's what the frustration of dominating a game and losing can do. If you start to press, you'll end up seeing those type of unforced errors kind of happen over and over again. So hopefully Bridgewater can keep their composure and keep attacking the way that they've been doing for the first 20 minutes of this half.
Piers loses the possession. Here comes Tavares. Kicking ahead for number 7, Jensen.
Yeah, that seems to be Apponequet's MO here, is to try to spring Jensen with through balls and long balls. I mean, I really haven't seen them sustain a build-up of attack here. It seems to be more that they're looking for that one long ball through, really to have Jensen in a foot race with the defense. And here's a big turnover, a lot of space for Bridgewater.
Trojan playing into a 3-on-3. Martin's ahead, but again, too strong of a kick. And the feet tangling up. Again, you mentioned that you can get physical with the goaltender if both are making a play for the ball.
Yeah, the goaltender really trying to shield the ball and let it go out for a goal kick. Maria obviously doing his best to try to keep it in, and really nothing going on there. Contrary to people's popular belief, but soccer is a contact sport.
Off the head of Tavares. Jensen was trying to cut the corner, but off the side of the net with 17:06 left to go.
Yeah, this is where I'm interested to see if Lopes is going to go maybe with a formation change. They typically play with 2 guys on the wing and 1 striker up top. Wondering if he'll change it up and maybe put a second striker on top to really try to continue to build pressure on Apponequet. it's tough to argue what he's doing isn't working given all the chances they've had. They just haven't been able to finish one.
Roderick near midfield.
Early season, you might continue to do what you're doing, but obviously, like we've talked about a bunch of times tonight, this is much more important as we're this far late in the season.
Kept alive by number 11, Chris Martins. Sidesteps his defender. Roderick to the far side off the feet of Morera.
Yeah, still plenty of time on the clock, but the more of the chances that you have that kind of go by the wayside, the more the frustration builds. That 15 minutes doesn't seem like a lot of time when you're out on the field.
I feel like at some point, I'm not a soccer savant, but I feel like at some point we get inside the final 10 minutes, Apponequet's not going to be looking to score. They're simply going to be looking to make sure you don't score, which may make that frustration continue to mount for Bridgewater-Raynham.
Yeah, I would expect Apponequet would start to put more guys back behind the ball, obviously trying to protect this lead, given that they're in a much more of a must-win situation than Bridgewater is, but I think that what they'll continue to do is pack people behind the ball. They'll leave Jensen up top, and when they win it, hope to maybe send long balls through to them. Kind of what they've been doing. But yeah, I mean, I highly expect them in the next 15 minutes to really focus on defending.
You can see that goalkeeper just slowly getting the ball in front of the net, killing off about probably 45 seconds or a minute.
Yeah, there'll be a no rush on these dead balls to get the ball back in play. You'll see it on goal kicks. You'll see it on throw-ins. Free kicks, if they win it, there'll be an absolute zero rush, which will only frustrate Bridgewater more, but they'd be doing the same things if they were in that boat.
Cullinane off the foot of Tavares, going inside, and again has that knocked away, but I think they're going to call that offsides.
Yeah, Lopes continues to rotate guys out in on the wings. Looks like Beckwith's back in. The freshman Azafran's back in.
Beckwith coming in for Perez McGee. And we've seen Beckwith keep some possessions alive and scoring opportunities going, creating those second and third chances.
Yeah, I'm interested that Lopes has him on the right side. Obviously, Banks, a left-footed player, is much more dangerous on the left side. And given how many chances Banks kind of created in the last shift he was out there, I'm surprised he's not back out on the left. I'd almost expect a Weaver and Beckwith swap at this point.
We approach 13 minutes to go here in the second half.
Yeah, here's another example. I mean, Apponequet looks like they have zero motivation to put this ball back into play.
Off the foot of Tavares. Whiffed by Roderick.
A good block there, but again, Bridgewater having trouble getting it out of their zone.
Tavares by his man. Right into the hands of Lasivita.
Yeah, Sean doing a great job not giving up any rebounds, really smothering those shots.
Off the leg of Cullinane. Whereas McGee.
Oh! Live! And a penalty kick is going to be given.
The goalkeeper slid into Banks Beckwith.
Beckwith did a great job of touching that ball past the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper's kind of in no man's land there. It'll be very interesting to see who Bridgewater selects to take this penalty kick. They did have a missed PK. It looks like it's going to be Bridges. They had a missed PK in Dartmouth. They had a missed PK earlier this year as well here. So it looks like it's going to be the senior captain, Cole Bridges, here.
On senior night, perhaps the biggest kick of the season upcoming for Cole Bridges, looking for the tie. Bridges scores,
and he buries it. What a huge goal, given how many chances, how many PKs they've had this year that have not gone their way. And again, like you said, on senior night, unbelievable to see Cole get his first of the season.
I don't know if there's a greater sense of excitement or relief after everything BR has done to try and get the ball in the net.
Yeah, I mean, again, putting the ball in the box and creating those chances, that's the type of thing you can get a penalty kick, you could get a fortunate bounce. I mean, I don't think anyone was going to argue that wasn't a penalty kick, and really I don't fault the goalkeeper. He's kind of in no man's land there. Just happy to see Bridgewater finally be able to put one of those penalty kicks aside. It's just one of those things you pick as a penalty kick taker. You pick a spot, you pick a corner, and you stick with it. If the goalie makes a great save, he makes a great save, but you have to put the ball on the net.
So going back to the playoff scenario or playoff situation for both of these squads, for Apponequet, a draw would essentially be a loss in terms of qualification as Roderick goes down.
Yeah, there was a lot of pressure on both Cole and the goalkeeper there, given what's at stake for both teams. But I respect Cole. Cole had his hand up. He wanted to take it, and that's what you want in a penalty kick taker, someone who's got confidence. Last thing you want is someone being unconfident up there trying to make that kick. But oh, we talked about Apponequet maybe packing it in and playing defensively. That's out the window now. So now it will be very interesting to see how this last 10 minutes plays out as both teams be chasing the win.
And there is no overtime, so once the clock runs out, it's frozen at 10:28 right now with the coaches and training staff looking at William Roderick, a junior midfielder and defender.
Yeah, hopefully Will can get out there. You said it a couple of times earlier. He's served some dangerous balls into the box, both on free kicks and from the wings. So hopefully it's something minor. He can get on the bench and back in there quickly. Looks like maybe Chris Martin's coming back in.
So a big goal for Bridges, and if I remember right, I think he actually won, or his family won one of the raffles earlier on.
Yeah, yep. Good luck. It's a good night for the Bridges family so far. Hopefully they can cap it off with the win here. But what a great feeling getting a tying goal in the last 10 minutes on senior night. So sure it'll be something he won't forget.
This is Cullinane. And the clock will wind down to 10:25 remaining in this second half. Kept alive for Weaver.
Yeah, this is where I would have liked to have Beckwith on this side with his left foot. Obviously, the left-footed player on the left side, he's a little bit more dangerous. I'd like to see Lopes make a swap and have Beckwith on the left side and Weaver on the right.
Intended for Tavares, but too strong. Inside 10 minutes to go.
So I am interested in substitution for Apponequet, that Jensen is out of the game, given it's a game that they need to win and we're in the final 10 minutes. I didn't see him get an injury or pick up a knock. I don't know if maybe it's just giving him a moment or two. Crowd certainly didn't like that foul call there, but there may have been a little embellishment there, maybe. very important for Bridgewater to defend this. Tying the game up 2 minutes ago, it's very important not to have a letdown.
Ryan Vincent, one of Apponequet's seniors, with a free kick off the head and then kicked away. Good heads-up play there by Anthony Piers.
And I'll tell you, Bridgewater really lucked out there because Apponequet had 2 guys wide open at the back post. Not the best job defending that free kick, so they're fortunate to come out of that free kick still tied up.
Somebody support.
Here we go, another turnover in their offensive end. Oh, Bridgewater kept it in. Very important, don't commit a foul down here. Make the defender make a decision with it. And Bridgewater turns him over again, but can't sustain it. And here we go, you're gonna see a long ball again, probably. Oh, he held it up. And maybe if Jensen's in there, maybe you see that long ball, but it looks like he's on the bench getting a rest.
Weaver, nice cross-up of the defender, but still keeping pace. So obviously another missed opportunity there, but at the very least the clock continues to tick down as we approach 7.5 to go.
Yeah, you wonder if Apponequet's going to press here, trying to get that winning goal, and if that opens up more opportunities for Bridgewater. If Apponequet, needs a victory, they might start sending more guys forward, which obviously if Bridgewater can win it and get on the counterattack, it could benefit them, but I don't think they've reached panic stage yet. Still 7 minutes to go.
Morera checking in for Weaver. Jordan looking to get the advantage here. That kick right into the goalkeeper's hands. A nice shot there for Piers, but as has been the case for most of this night for anyone, the ball still staying out of the net.
Oh, good win there. Yeah, I think if I'm Bridgewater, I take that chance by Piers all day long. I'm not upset with him taking that shot from 20, 25 yards out. It was well struck.
Down to 6 minutes remaining, and it looks like Jensen's about to check back in for Apponequet. It'll be BR's possession here as we approach 5.5 to go. As Apponequet looked like was just trying to get possession so they could try and get Jensen back in for the throw-in.
Oh, bad giveaway there. And Bridgewater, I think, fortunate to get a foul call. Yeah, I think Apponequet would love a throw-in to get Jensen back in the game as we're kind of ticking down to the last 5 minutes. Given what happened last Saturday, I'm interested to see these final 5 minutes as both teams kind of press for that winning goal and whether or not the chippy play returns.
Martin splits the defenders. But knocked away in the middle of traffic.
Oh, big collision. It looks like the throw-in's going to go Apponequet's way, but great job stepping up by Jason McGrath there. And again, not shying away from contact, running right through it.
So Rowan Jensen will check back in, a player who we've talked about over the past few minutes here that could make a big difference for the Lakers here in the final few minutes. Nice scoring opportunity here, but kicking back. Inside for Cullinane, lost it, and it gets kicked back out. But Bridges with a strong kick that's going to go over the net.
Yeah, I mean, Bridgewater just, I think it was one too many passes there inside the 18. You'd like to see either Cullinane or Pierce take that shot there, get greedy. I know you're trying to find the open man, but you're in the final 5 minutes inside the 18, and the only way you're going to score is shoot. So I'm sure they'd like to have that one back, and that ball was ripped by Bridges.
So take us into a player's mind here with less than 5 minutes to go, and the clock is stopped at 5 minutes because now it's basically referee's discretion. But do you have to try and figure out how much time is left as you're trying to get that ball down the field and try and get that advantage?
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have players hounding these two referees for how much time's on the clock for the next 5 minutes or so, without a doubt. I mean, bad giveaway by Bridgewater. That's going to go wide. But I think what you're going to see, I mean, in some of these seniors who are in their final season, I mean, given it's a must-win game, I mean, you're looking at your potential season ending here tonight. So, I mean, I think they're going to be hyper-focused on trying to get the winner. I think they're going to be pressing. I think you're going to see people taking some chances out there, which might open up scoring opportunities. Obviously, you've mentioned it, more important for Apponequet for them to win this game, but like we talked about, I think Bridgewater a win here, and then that obviously takes a little bit of pressure off them for their final 3 games.
Tavares, maybe Apponequet's best shot there, but that gets knocked away. Abreu with a throw-in.
Oh, he overran it. Great job by McGrath there.
Almost looked like Jensen overran where he was supposed to be.
Oh, they're going to get Marrero off sides there.
That looked a little funky because it looked like Marrero was trying to split the defenders, so obviously there'd have to be one guy still in front of him.
Yeah, he might have been a step or two, given it's when the ball's kicked. So given his speed, he was probably a step or two behind them. But here's a chance for him in the corner. He's going to win this ball. I'll cut it through, go to the net. Oh, a good opportunity. Oh, that went much further wide than I thought.
That was the freshman, William Zafran, with the kick.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that you don't see Apponequet kind of rushing around at this point. I definitely would have expected them trying to get the ball back in play much, much quicker than we saw about 10 minutes ago. And again, here's Bridgewater again with another opportunity.
Marrero was trying to go inside, but headed back out. Here's Bridges.
Oh, good ball into McGee and Pierce.
Off the defender's legs.
Oh, a deflection right into the hands of the goalkeeper. And there it is. That's a quick last 5 minutes, and it looks like Apponequet and Bridgewater aren't going to settle anything after 2 games. 2 1-1 draws.
And, I mean, you go back to maybe 20 minutes ago. If you said this game is going to end with a 1-1 draw, you would think we're crazy just from all the scoring opportunities. But for Bridgewater-Raynham, this almost feels like a win given the fact that they had so many opportunities they couldn't convert on. They get that goal from Bridges on the PK. It at least ends in a draw, so their season is still alive in terms of playoff qualifications.
Yeah, I mean, given their results the past couple of years, a tie is always a good result. I'm sure they're happy given to get out of here with a 1-1 tie, given they were down for the first, 70 minutes of this game. But I'm sure they'll look back and realize they had a lot of opportunities. I think they they'll be confident that they took the majority of the play to Apponequet and just had some trouble finishing. And I'm sure Apponequet's going to be frustrated at this point. They were up 1-0 for the majority of the game and couldn't hold on. I mean, a valid penalty with 10 or 11 minutes to go, and unfortunately, it looks like that might end their season.
Well, Dan Trayer, thank you so much for coming on here and broadcasting this game. It was definitely great actually hearing someone that knows a lot about soccer. Obviously, a couple kids on the team. Best of luck to your kids and the rest of BR soccer team the rest of the season. Yeah,
I had a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys having me on, and anytime you need another voice, I'm happy to volunteer.
Your final score for the final time, Trojans 1, Apponequet 1. This game ends in a draw. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.